This is Christina Mollett with Century 21 Ace Realty, and by the time I'm ready to go, we will have made a delicious and hearty, nutritious chicken noodle soup. I have a friend who is sick today, sick this week, her whole family's sick, and I was planning on making this video to share my recipe with all my friends and neighbors and clients. And it just seemed like the perfect opportunity to make a big batch and feed her family while she's not feeling well. So we're gonna start with a rotisserie chicken from your favorite chicken purveyor. We have baby carrots because they're very nutritious and they're easy instead of whole carrots to deal with. We have celery. We have riced cauliflower. That's a good addition for nutrition. We have egg noodles. We have V8. We have bouillon, either better than bouillon or just a regular powdered bouillon, whatever you like. I'm putting also a little bit of onion and garlic powder in there because she's not feeling well. And onion and garlic are immune boosters. We have chicken broth. You can use chicken stock, it doesn't matter. The stock, the difference is the collagen in it. If you want to make your broth-based soup a little bit silkier, you can add a collagen powder. So, and a big old pot. So that's what we're starting with. There we go. And stick around to the end. You'll get to see the most adorable puppy you've ever seen. First things first, I have clean hands. I'm not wearing any jewelry. I don't like cooking with jewelry on. I think it stores bacteria. I have my hair pinned up, my wet hair that I didn't get ready very well today. So, but we're gonna make a start. First thing we're gonna do is in a big pot, we're gonna do 2 of these containers of chicken broth. And set this on high heat. There we go, that's fun. And immediately we want to put in our frozen riced cauliflower. Now if you have fresh, you can wait a little bit for this, but I like frozen. You can get this in 10, 20, or 40 ounce. I use a lot, so I get the big bag. If you are keto, you can leave out the noodles altogether and just use additional riced cauliflower. It gives you that wonderful kind of filling, carby feeling without having the carbs in it. It's pretty nice. So I'm gonna I've already used about half of this bag, so I'm gonna put the other half in. We're gonna give that a nice amount of time to melt. We're also going to put in our flavoring, which is 1 can of V8. Whole can of V8, that's right. And that cauliflower has a lot of water in it, so don't worry if the pot doesn't look like it's full enough. It's going to. You're going to be putting a lot of stuff in there. I like a hearty soup. So, there's 1 can of V8. And then we're going to go in with celery. Now, I got the pre-cut because I was in a hurry today. So, it is what it is. Pre-cut celery. All done there. And then we're going to chop some baby carrots in half. Some people, meaning me, don't like cooked carrots that much. But I love the flavor that they add to dishes. So my strategy, and maybe your strategy if you've got, there's one for the pupper. If you've got kids at home that don't really like cooked carrots maybe, is just leave them big enough where they can avoid them or leave them out, something like that. cutting them in half. So they're a little bit easier in a soup. There we go. And I have a little prep bowl here where I can put all my ingredients that I'm done with. When I'm done with them. I cleaned the counter before I started. That's another thing. Don't cook on unclean surfaces. That's no good. The puppy's playing with that little carrot that I dropped. It's so cute. I don't have a kitchen where I can keep the dog out. It's very open concept. So it is what it is. But we mop the floors, and we don't allow the puppy to take anything from the table. That said, he's brand new, and he's having a lot of fun with this carrot. There we go. Seems like plenty to me, this little amount. So I got a big bag of baby carrots because, like I said, I use them to flavor other things. And about a fourth to a third of that bag. That amount. Right in. Now, I like better than bouillon. But if you need bouillon powder, you've got bouillon powder, go ahead and use that. Let's see. Good heaping tablespoon, that might be 2 tablespoons, of better than bouillon powder. Oh, there we go. It's going to take a while for that riced cauliflower to get unfrozen, unthawed, as you like to say up here, and start lending flavor to the meal. There for taste testing later. This gets refrigerated. Now, back to onion powder. I'm going to put a little chunk of that in here. Likes to coagulate. And garlic powder. What do we got here? You can put actual onion and garlic if you like that. I don't think people expect that in the texture of a chicken noodle soup. Like biting into that kind of cellophane-y texture of an onion is kind of unexpected. So I stick with the powders when it comes to this. We're going to use a roasted garlic and herb seasoning. That's pretty good too. It's got other things in there other than garlic and herb. Oh, God, that's good. And I'm going to say a good tablespoon of that as well. You can add parsley as well. That's really good. I like to do that at the very end maybe, not so much at the beginning. And then just give this a stir so that those seasonings and flavors can start coming together. Now the pot is almost full, and you may be thinking to yourself, well, we got to add chicken. Yes, we do. We've also got to add pasta. We're not going to add very much of the noodles because we've got a lot of nutrition in here. The noodles are just kind of make it a classic, make it very familiar. We're going to add about that much noodles, maybe even less of that. Not that much, little sandwich baggie full. My friend gave me these gluten-free chickpea and egg noodles. So we're going to give those to our friend as well. Next thing we're going to do, we have our little prep bowl here, and we have our rotisserie chicken. I'm going to put on gloves because I don't like touching meat that much. And I'm going to start pulling chunks off of this rotisserie chicken, and I'm going to start shredding it. I have a chicken shredder. I really like it. Don't bother trying to use it without the rubber base, but I really like using it. It's kind of fun. I'm just going to go straight on the counter with that. But you don't have to use one of those. It's just a convenience item. So we're gonna pull chunks off of here, plop them down. And you don't have to use it, use the rotisserie chicken the day you buy it. That's not necessary. You can use it the next day, but don't wait too long. Don't wait too long to do this. There we go. So that's boiling back there very nicely. And I am shredding up my chicken. Put a little bowl here. And then we'll plop it in there. And I do not put the noodles in until the soup is nearly done. With the rotisserie chicken, I like to include the thigh meat, but I generally don't bother with the little leg. Most of the time, my husband has already eaten the leg as a tax for bringing in the groceries. But today he didn't, so maybe I'll get to use them. The leg meat tends to dry out faster. The thigh meat is fine, but the leg and the wing tend to be drier and harder. Even when they're fresh, they just don't lend themselves to soup very well. Chicken shredder. I love these little gadgets for the kitchen that make it quicker for me to do a meal. I generally don't spend more than half an hour on a meal. I will put things in the crock pot, let them go all day. Did you get the zoomies? Did you get the zoomies? You're gonna say hi to everybody in the end. So, little gadgets. If you don't have a chicken shredder and you make a lot of chicken meals, it's worth it. It's lovely. If you don't have one of those ground beef, those little quad looking instruments where you can mash in ground beef while you're browning it so it'll break it up, that is a multi-tool right there. That is a fantastic multi-tool. We'll be using that in some of our future recipes. So I have 2 breasts, back, and thigh meats all shredded up. And I'm getting little bits off of the leg portion, but as I'm testing them, they're not soft enough. They're not tender enough. People aren't going to want to bite into that when they are eating soup. You just want something soft and comforting and delicious. And, you know, there's a texture you expect. So I do not include that. So thigh. Check the rest of this chicken. Again, I leave the wings on, but I check for the oysters, the back. Check for little pieces of meat everywhere. I include the skin as well. The skin's got collagen in it. Again, very nutritious. Little bits of the skin. You don't need all of the skin, but some of it is very good. If you do not like skin texture in your soups, that is fine. Don't include the skin. But if you want to get the benefits of the nutrition in the skin, maybe go for a chicken stock instead of a chicken broth, because that stock will have boiled out all of the collagens and etc. in there. So, one more shredding. That's how fast this little device is. Check for any big pieces. You can get trapped around the corner there. My puppy wants my attention, and I'm not going to respond to whining because then he will be a whiner forever. Okay, checking for big pieces. Sometimes I just break them up here. And yeah, I do use gloves. I use gloves even cooking for myself. I just don't like the feeling of meat under my nails or anything like that. Sauces, I don't like it. It's weird. I'm weird. It's fine. But I'm making some delicious food. I can smell it behind me going. It's good. It's starting, the seasonings are starting to come out. So. Here's a little one for the puppy. Okay. So we got a whole bowl of beautifully shredded rotisserie chicken. It's going to be amazing. And like I said, I cleaned my counter, so if I drop some, I'm putting it back in. going right in as we start to boil. There we go. I need these. I don't think I need these. I'm going to take this little heart piece. So, at this point, we're going to dial the heat down. It's starting to foam, it's starting to come together, it's starting to cook. We don't need it boiling over. We're just going to turn the heat down. It's about 10:45. This will be ready in 15-20 minutes. In about 10-20 minutes, I'm going to put the pasta in and let that just cook for a few minutes. It doesn't need to cook all the way because the heat of the soup is gonna cook it. What we don't want is mushy pasta in there. And I will show you when it's done. Hi, did you buy carrot? Did you buy carrot? Okay, so I have cleaned up my area a little bit. My puppy has received some chicken leg. He's just not food motivated. It's the strangest thing. But cleaned up after myself. I like to leave the seasonings out. It's been about 15 minutes. I leave the seasonings out while I'm cooking so that if I need more, I can just add more. It should look orange. Your broth, your soup should look like a nice yellowy orange color, and it should foam a little bit if you added the skin in particular, because that's going to have some fat in it and it's going to foam a bit. So the carrots are getting to the point of tender. The celery is the right color. It should lose a lot of its green because it's lending that to the soup. The rice, cauliflower should all be melted. You should have a very slow rolling boil, very slow. We're on medium-low right now. And the doggy's on my foot, but we're going to add our pasta at this point. If the carrots don't seem to be getting tender, wait on the pasta. Give the carrots just a little bit longer for that. Let's see if they have a chickpea scent to them. I don't think I'm going to use this whole bag. I need half this bag right now. Let's see how that incorporates. The soup is very chunky, very hearty, and when you put it away, or even when you serve it, if it seems too thick to you, it seems like it's not soupy enough, you like a little bit more liquid texture, add water or add chicken broth back to it, no problem. Particularly if you're saving it, all these things will reabsorb the moisture, and for leftovers you want to add a little bit, maybe like half a cup of water. That'll be really good. So, let's see here. Do I want to add all of that pasta? Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I think this little amount, this little sandwich baggie of pasta was the perfect amount. Don't add a whole box of pasta. It will take over the whole pot. You just want a little bit. The focus of this soup is the chicken, it's the nutrition, it's all of that. Now if you want it to cook a little bit faster, you can cover this. I'm not going to. It doesn't bother me. I still need to dry my hair. So, yeah, we'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like in a bowl. It'll be delicious. So my hair is dry. It's not that dramatic a difference, but the soup is done. It's looking great. The noodles are cooked. The carrots are tender. Looks amazing. I'm going to put it in a bowl so you can see it. It's going to look very orange to you. If you're used to kind of a yellowy chicken soup, this isn't that. So, let's grab a nice bowl here. Make a big bowl for us, and then we're gonna package it all up for my friend. I'll just use this spoon that I used for, look at that. How's that? See if you can see it. Absolutely delicious. Yep. Just checking that you could see all the tastiness going on in here. The riced cauliflower is really nice. It absorbs a lot of flavor. It's not going to give it a cauliflower flavor at all. It just lends itself nutritiously to the dish. Then we've got those little noodles. Little noodles, not too many, just enough to make it chicken noodle soup. So that's the recipe. I hope you will make it for your family and friends this fall. I almost forgot. I promised a puppy. There he is. Say hi. Say hi, precious. He's climbing up on Mama's lap. Say hi. Say, I'm cute. Say, I was on Mama's feet while she made this chicken noodle soup.